Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Hey guys, we are back for another review, and today we're gonna do a review of the KBEAR Diamond. That intro there is for the 13,000 subscribers here in zpolt Labs. Thank you for all the support. So the KBEAR Diamond is a really interesting product because a lot of people have been requesting this one, and this around $100, and of course it's right smack with a 10C4. So how does this compete with a 10C4, and will this be one of our top recommendations here in the channel? This really sounds promising, so we're gonna find out in this video. So of course, let's unbox it first with our trusty unboxing scissors. And actually for KBEAR in general, I don't have a KBEAR that is a top one recommendation. So how will this fare? So you have a nice looking box, gold one at that, KBEAR.com, and of course some information, 20 to 20K frequency range, one dynamic driver, DLC, diamond-like carbons, and of course here in the channel I do like carbon drivers in general. Wow. Okay, so in the box you do get that IEM right away with that KBEAR logo. Let's take a look at that in a few. You do get your foam tip, which kind of looks like your 10T3 tip. Actually two foam tips right off the bat, and different colors at that. You also do get a nice looking case. This kind of reminds me of the 10T4 package in general. So you do get magnet case, very premium feeling. Cable, which looks like kind of an 8-core cable right off the bat, which is nice. Kind of feels softer version of the 10T3, but it's very close to the overall feel. Silver in color, it's nice looking. You get that Witcher kind of look. You do get additional tips and also additional silicone tips, and of course inside you do get that felt lining, which feels really cool. So of course you get the 2-pin connector, so very easy to use with your current setups and your current accessories, right? And now this is the lobes itself. So actually right off the bat, when I first held this is a really nice feeling lobe in general. It's a glossy type of build, and feels really weighty. So definitely feels a lot more premium compared to my previous KBEARs. This kind of feels like more of a 10T3 kind of weight on the hand, very substantial. So build quality right off the bat is very nice in this. So you have that KBEAR logo with that carbon fiber design. At the other side you do get that gold trims, which is nice. And you don't have some fins, but it's a pretty safe kind of minimalist design. You do get preformed ear hooks, which is nice, and also a straight plug at the top, and you do get that organizer. So right off the bat, in terms of the overall build quality, this is very good. This feels similar compared to the 10T3 in a way, which is one of the best built earphones here in this channel. And actually pretty premium looking also overall. I do like the look overall. It's not super duper big on the ear, and it's kind of flush also on the ear, and it's a pretty comfortable wear as well. Not as stable as maybe the TRNBA5 with that fins, but definitely holds in place nicely. It's a comfortable kind of feel. So comfort wise is really good, and the stability is just okay. It didn't blow me away, but it's not so bad because of that preformed ear hooks. And also on the ear, it's very nice because you do have the very soft cable. This is much like the Yinyu 8-core in terms of the overall feeling, which is something that I really like here in the channel. So build quality and overall look, I don't have a major issue. This is kind of a solidly designed kit. Right now, let's talk about the sounds. As I mentioned in the title of this video, I think they did it because KBEAR, even if they have some good tries here and there, there's no KBEAR that goes in the a top one recommendation. But I think this one can be an instant classic. I think they did it now with the KBEAR Diamond. So it's a super lively sounding, a punchy, airy sound, and also a substantial bass at the bottom. But actually it's a pretty balanced signature overall. So definitely this is a lot more lively, engaging, and dynamic compared to the 10T4. The T4 is more kind of relaxed in comparison to the Diamond. It's more of like an improved version of the TFZ T2. So for TFZ T2 fans, this is something that you can definitely consider. So the signature is a V-shaped sound, so it has a dip from 1K to 2K based from the overall signature. It also goes up from 3K to 5K, and you have that kind of double horns the 3K and also 6K peaks, but not super duper peaky. So this definitely has more of a V-shaped kind of sound in the grand scheme of things. But frankly, for me, this nicely done V-shaped overall. I would say this has a better signature compared to the TFZT2. This is more in line with the Blonde 03 in the overall signature. So I would say very nice signature. It's a fairly balanced signature, as you can see. Bass and the highs are a bit balanced. It has a touch of bass elevation, just a touch, especially on the ear, because you know, it's a kind of punchy bass in general. But compared to the Blonde, the vocal region here is a bit more forward, especially in the female vocals compared to the Blonde. So much like in Side by Side Ariana Grande, so the female vocals are a touch more recessed in the Blonde. It's better in the Diamond. So very impressive, I'd say. I'm impressed with the overall signature. For me personally, I find the signature to be better compared to the Blonde in the TFZT2, which is you know, our top recommendations here in the channel. Tonality is in the natural side. Bass is in the boomy side, but not, I would say, overly boomy. But definitely substantial in the mix. Not as boomy as your TFZT2, and also not as forward in the mix compared to the TFZT2. But this super punchy and also prominent in the mix. And actually goes deeper in sub bass compared to the TFZT2. So for bass heads, you may survive with this. This is not a super duper elevated bass, just you know, slight elevation, but you know, bass heads, because of that punch, may survive with this one. So definitely yes, if you like, you know, substantial bass for $100, this might be your pick. Mids is super nice, even if it's a V-shaped sound. I'd say the male vocals and female vocals are fairly positioned well in the mix. So definitely they're recessed. It's not like your Tin Audio T4 that the mids are forwards. Definitely it is still recessed, but it's nice positioning overall. So like in Luna, Up Dharma Down, Army's vocals, just female vocals, just feels right in terms of the positioning in the mix, not too recessed. So frankly, in I Shot the Sheriff, in Eric Clapton, I find the vocals to be a bit slightly more recessed than what I would like, maybe around 1 dB to 2 dB recessed. But I would say it's nearly there in terms of the positioning. I don't think a lot of people will notice it. Definitely yes, this I would say better compared to the Blonde, and also better compared to the TFZT2 in the positioning of the male vocals. It's just ever so slightly recessed. For a V-shaped earphone, this is nearly about right in the overall positioning. It's a nicely done V-shaped mids overall for me. And also, it's pretty lush in presentation of the vocals. The vocals are rich. The vocals have a nice detail to it. It's not thin at all. It's fairly thick in terms of the overall presentation. So it's definitely not lacking in the, you know, vocal region. So if you are into vocals, you will find this substantial enough for you. It's not your V-shaped, you know, thin kind of vocal. So nicely done mids here. In terms of the highs, as I mentioned, the signature has that kind of double horns, which is pretty popular nowadays. It gives a kind of a fun and shimmery highs overall, and also super extended as well. So actually, for some people, you might find this you know, a bit too bright for you. It's not a problem for me because I do like bright earphones in general. Nice here of good detail, and also good body also. So definitely you know, not your super duper peaky kind of high. So the cymbals sound fairly good. However, compared to maybe the TFZ number 3, the highs here can still be a bit peaky at times, ever so slightly thin in that, you know, cymbals. So the TFZ number 3 has a better body in the cymbals, less peaky in terms of the cymbals. But again, this is not, you know, super duper noticeable for most people. But this can be a bit peaky at times. So that's why I gave a bit lower marks in the highs department, because of that peak in the highs sometimes. But I would say it's nearly, again, about right, and definitely, again, fun kind of vocals. Highs here still get good marks for me. Soundstage actually is expansive, better than the T4s. Imaging is also fairly good. So here, height is more than the depth. Separation is also fairly good with that kind of big stage and kind of a warmish kind of presentation. Separation is not as good as the Tin Audio T4, but this is fairly good in the overall presentation. Again, a more fun kind of mix, like a TFZ T2 kind of separation overall. So compared to the Blonde has more thin highs on top, more recessed mids, and actually both are kind of lively sounding, actually quite close in the overall presentation of the tonality, and also the liveliness in the sound. The bass goes deeper though in the Diamonds. The mids are more forward. Again, the vocal region is more forward. Also, I would say better highs, and Diamonds less peaky highs in the Diamonds. So frankly, for me, I do like the Diamonds more compared to the Tin T4. So the Tin T4 is for me a keeper. So tonality on both is very good. I'd say the T4 is more neutral in the signature, more forward mids. more relaxed sound in the T4. So actually, for those who's looking for a lively kind of sound, you might find the T4 to be a bit too relaxed for you. But better separation in the T4, a more clean sound in the T4, and also less airy in the T4. The Diamond is more fun, more punchy, more dynamic, and also more prominent bass in the mix. And of course, you know, V-shaped sound in the Diamond. So they're both different in a way. For those who like a mid-forward signature and you're okay with not having a super duper lively listen, go for the 10T4. For those who like a V and a lively sound at that, go for the Diamond. So I would say they're kind of equal for me. It will be up to you, you know, what signature you like. Compared to the TFZ number 3, you know, the KBEAR Diamond is one of those earphones that I want to compare with, you know, more expensive earphones because I think they really did it. So compared to the TFZ number 3, both are dynamic, but the Diamond is even more lively. So yeah, more dynamic in the Diamond. But these two are close in terms of the presentation. Again, TFZ number 3 has more recessed mids, more forward bass in the number 3. But I do like the highs more in the number 3 better. It's less peaky in the number 3. So actually, for me, even if I find the number 3 to be more technically capable, for me, they're kind of equal for me in my favoritism. If you like more bass, go with the number 3. If you like a more balanced sound, go for the Diamonds. Alright, so for the KBEAR Diamond, this is my favorite KBEAR so far, and I think it's their best earphone so far. I do like the overall signature. So that's one of the key strength here for me. I do like the signature. It's more balanced, V-shaped, and also fun signature at that. So definitely, if you're looking for that kind of earphone, fun, balanced, prominent bass and vocal region is fairly good, and also detail-wise is fairly good across the range. This definitely is something that you should consider. This should be something in your short list. And for me, it even rivals a more expensive IEM. So definitely a good job here by KBEAR Diamonds. Actually, carbon drivers are really killing it in the, you know, chi-fi world. I hope there will be more, you know, carbon drivers that will come out. Definitely they're doing a good job there in using that drivers to, you know, good use for us, you know, audiophiles. So yes, KBEAR Diamond, I would recommend it. I think it's very much worth it. Just remember the highs can be a bit peaky, so that's you know, one of my nitpicks here. But other than that, I'm impressed with the overall presentation of the KBEAR Diamond. It's kind of like an earphone again that's kind of made for me because I do like the TFZ T2. It is more of like an improved version of the TFZ T2. So that's my review of the KBEAR Diamond. Hopefully you learned something. Of course, if you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. Do you have other questions for me for the KBEAR Diamond? Let me know down in the comments below. And also, what do you think of this whole new you know, set that I have? It's just, you know, in front of my PC for me to be, you know, easier for me to listen and look at my notes and talk to you guys, look at the signature. So easier for me to talk. But you know, I think the other set is better looking, but you know, it's easier for me to just talk to you guys. Let me know what you think of this one, and of course, subscribe for more content like this in the future. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.